Becky's first. As always, when I have to start these new videos, and hey Petra, Jax West from Stephen Avery Project, Justice with Jax, and MAM Gossip. We originated over on Facebook, where we've got the Stephen Avery Project Facebook page, and there's also a group for that. And then we have MAM Gossip, which we really get into the juice of things in MAM Gossip. And then we've got also, I guess I should say, MAM Gossipers, that we just added that that's where you can talk about anything. And these are calls that were Kaboom Blam Zoom and Rookie 1082 filed a Freedom of Information Act to get these calls from when Stephen was in the Calumet County Jail. This is prior to him going to court, and Brendan isn't a suspect. Brendan wasn't arrested until March 1st. So, and we are on January 1st. So you can go to the Foul Play channel on YouTube if you want to skip ahead. If you need to go back to the start, we've got playlists here in Justice with Jax where we've gone over all the calls up until today, and we have other videos in there too of different things we've done. So, and as they're already saying, which hello everybody, is don't forget to thumbs up, because apparently that makes it easier to find these videos in a search, and subscribe to the channel for I can't go live remotely unless I have 1,000 followers. And then if I want to make money like everybody else does off of Stephen's name, you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize your videos. Well, that is not the purpose. We actually came over to YouTube over Facebook because so many people had a hard time finding our videos, and Facebook can be a little glitchy. And so people have been telling me forever to come to YouTube. So that's why we are here. So the call number we are on right now, well, actually, all these calls are from January 1st, 2006. There are only 5 calls on this day, and they are like an hour and 20 minutes long. So we are on call number 353. Stephen made this call at 11:41 a.m. The call lasts 20 minutes, 59 seconds. We'll see if it was Dolores. He did say to her in the last call from New Year's Eve that he was going to call her around noon. So we will see if this is her. And let me hit play. Lulu, you're happy, YouTube. And then there's the people over in Gossip that are upset that I'm not doing the lives over there anymore. So I can't please everyone.
That's me. An inmate at the Calumet County Jail. The use of three-way or a call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
Hello? Yeah? What are you doing?
Oh, yes, Julie. Happy Valentine's Day. And you have to say Happy Easter, because we've seen, the stores now have Valentine's Day and Easter stuff already.
What's that you sent to Joyce?
Whose card?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You must have sent a Christmas card to her.
Yeah.
It comes from a bitch?
Yeah. Why?
Well, that's what she said. You didn't have to say a bitch's card or something like that. Come from a bitch.
Yeah.
Who was the bitch? Oh, but was it me?
It's Debbie.
Oh. How does she know she's a bitch?
I don't know.
So really, Stephen sent Jody a Christmas card that came from Debbie?
Correct.
Oh, yeah?
She says Happy New Year. Tell Stephen Happy New Year and love him very much. Very much, whatever. Very much.
Yep, Julie. I saw at Target, they were taking out the Christmas stuff in one aisle and putting the Valentine's stuff. And then on the end cap, there was some Easter stuff there. Well, the one thing with lives over here on YouTube is
That's all he had.
I have made all these public, as opposed to when I do them in MAM Gossip, I can control better who can see and who can
Well, now,
comment.
you know.
You don't know.
But it's whatever. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You know, and there's always the spies. So it doesn't matter who you try to block out. You know, the people who hate me the most are the ones that seem to follow me the most, too.
Mm.
And my dog Mallory's freaking out because the garbage truck just drove by.
Depends what the address is on it. One of them it says Fremont on it.
Well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. Well, how long you talk?
2 minutes, 2 seconds, maybe?
Oh, yeah,
1 minute?
I'm
No,
always
where's the
just
lot?
going to be me, and I'm going to call things like I see it. Like me or hate me.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna get a call
Doesn't
back.
really change my life, right?
She said she don't
You know,
think
I'm still
much
going to
will
do
invest
what I'm
her
going to
money there
do.
yet.
Oh.
She hasn't heard anything.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
You got done with dinner already?
Yeah. Sandwich with meatballs in it.
Sandwich with meatballs.
So he
I
calls,
heard of a sandwich right there.
they're calling lunch
Sandwich with
dinner,
meatballs.
right?
How do you eat a
Since
sandwich with a meatball?
it's
Is it all cut up?
noon.
No.
A big meatball?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
I know.
You don't know?
I told Chucky to come in here and read that letter, but he never came in here. There we go. I'm going back over the fence.
I don't know.
I know.
No? We haven't got no mail.
No?
Nobody.
No. Nobody? What do you mean?
No, I ain't getting no mail.
Hmm. Wait, I gotta put my eyes on now. No, I talked to Jim yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to call Chucky, but he never did.
Oh, no.
No.
Ah, dinner and supper. Okay, I didn't realize that's what it was. Interesting. You learn something new every day. Thank you very much, Heather.
Request a copy of all names of all deputies that are retired from Manitowoc County
Oh
Sheriff's
my God,
Department,
Petra, you're just really going through it all.
that are retired from Manitowoc County, that are working for new car dealerships, used car dealerships, auto buyer, and paint repair shops and auto parts stores. Yeah. That's wrote to Kenny Peterson.
Jim Peterson?
Yeah. And then there's one like that comes from Calumet. That's to Gerald Pagel.
So he sent that out to him then.
Yeah, but it says, I will pay all reasonable costs associated with the request. However, if costs are expected to exceed $100, please let me know for the amount in advance.
Yeah, my son's not going to do the burping, and he's not going to do that snuffling either.
But then on them other ones, that other one, it says you got to have birthdays and everything of everybody.
Well, he ain't gonna know that.
Don't talk.
Huh?
I said, don't talk. I wasn't holding on the phone.
Oh.
It says it means this part, I don't know. But on some of this, it says, pursuant to the Federal Freedom of Information, I hereby request a copy of all names of all deputies, police, and state patrol of Calumet County and also Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, that was working on
Call from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
working on the Teresa Hobart.
Now, I'm not a proper lady. I'll burp. I don't do the farting thing. I'll burp.
On the first week of November of 05.
But I burp like, Jeff is around or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it to the extent that they do.
This is for Natural County. Hereby request a copy of all names of all deputies working from January 1st of 02.
Right, Jodella? I mean, I hope it's enjoyable to everybody who, people who don't take part in our chatting, because we really do go off into the weeds in discussing things, that it's just not hardcore case. No, not on the phone, Becky. No.
It's got something to do with that craft.
I have IBS, and it's because of my panic anxiety disorder. I'm medicated for my panic attacks and my anxiety, which has really done wonders for me. And I don't have bouts of IBS as bad as I used to, but I still get it, and it's horrible.
Yeah, I found his numbers.
Yeah.
And this comes from the U.S. Department of Justice. This here one letter.
Yeah, so you own it.
You didn't get nothing like this?
No.
No?
But I told you I haven't gotten a mail lately.
Yeah, at some point I'm going to get some gummies.
That's on a Monday.
I'm going to have to try it. Oh my God, this is a gorgeous picture. Sorry. Squirrel. I'm looking at my newsfeed on the other thing, and somebody I'm Facebook friends with, it's her engagement picture, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that when you're going to find out if they found something?
I don't know. I would imagine. I don't know.
And that their Channel 26 is going to be there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good idea for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll tell you when I see it.
What the fucking fuck is this? Hold on. Hold the phone. I have to see if this is a new article.
At 5:30.
It is. Hold on. Hold. Let me pause this call, and we will read this together. Okay? And then I'll be sharing this article. I haven't read it yet. I just saw the headline, so I had to click on it. It is Degradation, Neglect, and Roaches inside Illinois' largest women's prison. And this is the prison that Marnie and Melissa are at. Here's the link to the article. Oh, it won't let me post it because it says the article is it's 212 characters as opposed to 200. So I'll post it on Facebook. I guess I have to delete this because it won't let me do anything else with that sitting there. Come on, delete. Delete this link. Oh, I wish my internet or computer, whatever is the problem here, would just stop, because this is how long it's taking me to try and delete that. All right, let's read this article. They have a picture that says rain falls on the Logan Correctional Center Administration Building November 18, 2016 in Lincoln, Illinois. So they pulled up an old picture, but this article is dated January 2, 2020. The staff and inmates at Illinois' largest women's prison agree the facility is, quote, falling apart, neglected, and unsanitary, unquote. The deteriorating physical condition is one of the key findings of a new report from the independent prison watchdog, John Howard Association, and the Logan Correctional Center in central Illinois. The newly released monitoring report notes that the Illinois Department of Corrections has eased overcrowding at Logan, which houses the vast majority of the state's female prisoners, but also warns, quote, there is still much to be improved, unquote. Those needed improvements include more mental health practitioners, a more professional and respectful workforce, and the overdue physical repairs. A survey of Logan inmates found that only 3% of the women in the prison believe that, quote, when something is broken, it is fixed in a timely manner, unquote. The inmates and state employees reported sewage backups, standing water in bathrooms, leaking holes in ceilings, mold, extreme heat, and pest infestation so severe that roaches and rodents sometimes crawl on women while they sleep. The buildings are in such disrepair that staff once, according to the report, took it upon themselves to try and overcome the lack of budget for physical repairs by holding a, quote, paint drive, unquote. Quote, some staff have donated items to attempt to improve the environment in the absence of the state funding, unquote, the report reads. Beyond maintenance problems, the John Howard Association also found serious issues between staff and inmates. In staff surveys, workers at Logan worried that a reluctance to use prisoner segregation was making the prison less safe. Quote, not all inmates are bad all the time, but when they are, we need to do what's necessary to keep people safe, unquote, one staff survey respondent said, according to the report. Conversely, inmates told the prison watchdog that staff guards are, quote, unprofessional, unquote, and degrading to the women being held at Logan. Besides staff conduct, the John Howard report also noted a problem with staffing shortages. Quote, staff shortage causes stress on inmates and staff. Housing units with over 150 inmates should have more than one person, unquote, one worker said, according to the report. In particular, the report highlights a lack of mental health professionals, citing court filings. The John Howard Association reports that more than 40% of the 70 mental health staff positions at Logan were vacant as of August of this year. The unfilled positions include, quote, critical vacancies, unquote, such as a mental health unit director and 7 psychiatrists. Illinois Department of Corrections spokeswoman Lindsay Hess did not immediately respond to a request for comment for this story. Illinois prison officials were given the opportunity to respond to the report before it came out. In their comments to the John Howard Association, IDOC said mental health staffing has increased at Logan since August. State officials also reported to John Howard that they are working on addressing physical plant issues, including installing a new roof and a new heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, and that they're adding cameras and staff to address safety issues. Logan Prison was turned into a women's prison in 2013. And in the new report, a John Howard volunteer described talking to a woman who had been imprisoned at Logan since that transition. The inmate broke into tears while describing conditions, according to the report. She said she has, quote, seen some improvements and will soon go home herself, unquote. But she, quote, remained deeply concerned for those who will remain at Logan, unquote. End of article. So both Marnie and Melissa are telling me all the time that this place is horrible. And here you go. Now here's a report on it. Bring it on. All right, I'm going to hit play on the call again, and then I'll post that link around places so people can read it. Who wrote that? It's called, it's like a radio station or something, or WBEZ News. So somebody on my Facebook has this posted. Not somebody who's wrongful convictions or anything, one of my political friends. So, all right, back to this call with Dolores. There is about 11 minutes left of this call.
We're fucking around. Just go down and get a piece of paper so you can fill it out.
I think that would be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he still lives there. I think so, because that was a big new home.
Yeah.
Brand new home.
Yeah, and he's got kids.
You know.
Yeah. Now drop it off, and he can fill it out, and then you can pick it up the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he just goes, I don't know.
I'll just get a paper and have him fill it out.
Yeah.
And then we'll put it on your name right away.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No. So I still might get taking a TA.
Mm.
Don't need money for this phone.
Mm.
If he sells that Blazer right away,
Yeah.
that'll take care of this. No.
Well, he's taking that Blazer, I think, Thursday.
No. And then hopefully by the weekend I have money for it.
Right, Julie. Well, also, I know that the male officers are having sex with the inmates.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I didn't even ask him.
Mm.
He was sawing up wood when I walked outside with some garbage.
Oh.
I said, "You gonna hang over?" He said, "No, I only had 2 beers. Or two drinks," he said.
Yeah, first one, the last one.
No. He said he's been up since 8:30. I only went to check everybody's places. Went down by Barbara, where there was nothing there. She must have came home and dropped the kids off. Blaine and Brendan, I bet.
Yeah, she's something else too.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. That's something.
Yeah.
She says they're old enough. Yeah, but it's Christmas time. Other times it would be.
Yeah, it's always Scotty now.
Yeah, that's all she had is him.
Yeah.
He was hunting yesterday, so she came up here and she asked me if I wanted to ride the town.
I'd have told her no.
Well, Kayla wanted to go to town, so I thought instead of her only going, I'd go too.
Yeah.
We went on very long.
Yeah.
I just bought 2 pairs of pajamas and whatever that other thing is.
Yeah.
It's like a pajama.
Yeah.
With Christopher's card. Yeah. And Dad's got one from Fleet Farm from Barbara. A card for $25. And Chucky gave each of us $50. That he didn't have to do it. He ain't got no money now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought him the works for the bed. Sheets, the shams, the skirting,
something he needed.
the quilt.
Sorry, I'm posting the link. Yeah, paying attention. I liked both Orange is the New Black and Wentworth.
And I bought him a pair of bedroom slippers.
So if you haven't seen those, I recommend. Wentworth is like an Australian version of Orange is the New Black.
There yet. I don't know about a quilt he had.
This call was from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
Dad went fishing today.
Yeah.
Jim came up there yesterday.
What does Jim say all about this?
How am I supposed to know?
Oh. Well, you don't say nothing when he comes over?
When he comes over.
Well, he was by you how many times?
Who, Jim?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't usually go in the garage. I was out there that one day, a little while, not very long ago.
Yeah, from Wentworth is where I get the whole top dog. You know, I know that was, not something that started on Wentworth, but that's what I think of now when I say top dog.
So we can call in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, as I'm posting now too, is prison punishment or rehabilitation? If you treat people horribly, how do you expect them to be when they get out? Treat them like animals long enough.
Rhonda called me too. We were getting money in there. I said, not much. She said they put it up at the station up here by the I system there.
Yeah.
Every filling station that was close by the highway, they went off to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put a thing out there for funding. All the way back to their home, it must have been. No, wait, where did they live?
Yeah. Fremont?
No. Stevens Point.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
No.
No. I don't know, whatever.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I said, no, I can't remember.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, we're getting down. We're getting closer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Father called me, I don't know how many times this morning. I said, that's costing money. His phone don't work, though.
No, no.
No, he saw the light on this morning, and it's saying 4916, 4916, 4916, 49. It was flickering it.
Oh, yeah.
But what for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he called me at 5:45.
Mm.
Well, they were fishing anyway.
No. Well, you should get a pair of headsets for that.
Well, and the hard thing though, Karen, is how do you know they're really guilty? What everybody was given about Stephen in his original case, everything screamed guilty until you see what the documentarians had. So how do we determine somebody is for sure guilty that you're going to give them the severe punishment?
Almost 12 hours. 3 o'clock, it'll be 12 hours.
Mm.
Because I agree, if somebody were to kill my loved one, I want that eye for an eye. But so hard, because we're seeing now all these cases that aren't handled correctly.
So are you calling Debbie today?
No, she's coming.
Huh? Oh, it's Sunday today, ain't it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's the first.
No,
So 15, 16, 15 more days.
I know. What's 15 more days?
Go to court.
Hmm.
The 17th.
Oh, yeah. That'd be 16 more days, wouldn't it?
You know, you got to count to 17 because that's early in the morning.
No.
Yeah.
Right, Heather. I mean that was like 18 years, wasn't it, for Damien? And it was literally killing him to be on death row.
I'm glad that's early in the morning because I'm not as tired in the morning.
I'm glad it's in the morning too because then you got all day.
Yeah. All day for what? To sit in there?
No, you got all morning. Just in case we don't want to run out of time in case of something.
You know.
Yeah. In case you I get bail, I can get out.
That's an excellent point, Ruth.
How are you going to find out from that lawyer, though?
And I just know personally from my time there of how it is badly run for like us on the visits, and how I was appalled that people who are from out of state are spending the day waiting to go on the visit.
I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Now, this week is when you're supposed to hear something from Stephen.
Yeah. What do you say, middle of the week?
Yeah.
That's Wednesday.
This is like torture trying to post this link places on the other thing, and everything is so freaking slow. It reminds me of AOL dial-up.
Maybe that'd be some good news.
Yeah. But you don't even know what tape it is.
No.
Why didn't you tell me that? I would have asked them.
I think it's the one from the from the court.
Oh,
The meeting.
Well, Marilyn, it really does, when you look at it, go,
yeah.
we're telling you killing somebody is wrong, but now we're going to kill you.
County jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
So it is kind of hypocritical. But, there are certain, there's certain people that just can't be rehabilitated. That's first. And then there's people that, their punishment is horrible. So they shouldn't be able, I mean, their crime is horrible. So there needs to be a severe punishment. But what do you do?
Your stuff was in there.
Katie or Carrie, you've got mail.
His 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And then that Mexican. Yeah, it was his favor.
I want to put, they're going to put something in there. But ain't true, and I'm gonna sue them.
What's that?
The Herald Times.
What they put in?
I don't know. I'm gonna go through all that stuff. What they put in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice way to put that all in the paper New Year's Day.
Yeah. You know, they can do everything to fuck me up. But something to do good, they don't.
Yeah, I know. And they don't put that in.
Yeah.
So I'm friends with somebody on Facebook who was in prison and is free now.
Okay.
And he has also posted the link to that article about Logan. And somebody's comment on it says, I have a friend in this prison who I know to be innocent. Not that these conditions are any less horrific for anyone there. They're unacceptable for all inmates and completely inexcusable. But I've spoken with staff who blatantly told me they didn't even care about her not receiving mail I sent to her and other inmates there, whom I also sent to. So I am not surprised to see how much stress the staff is under and what the overall conditions are. Just so saddened. And now we move on to call 354. It is 3:14 p.m. This last 19 minutes and 16 seconds, and is Dolores again.
And then I went and found my barber for a second. She was home.
Oh, yeah?
If she's bringing garbage, she's got to be home.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah. Is that hot, Kayla?
Oh.
Yeah. What, is this the first time you called?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, Julie, sometimes tough love is the only answer.
Bobby's got some money for that, so what do you want to do?
How much money you got?
I don't know. She said a little over 200. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mallory was playing with the toy. Now she's over here begging me to go outside again.
Earl said there's nothing wrong with that snowmobile anyway. It just needs a cleaning, the carburetor or something.
No.
Yeah. Well, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah. Well, you can take a TA and fix it then.
Yeah.
No. TA can go over the carburetors.
Yeah, not them.
No. No, he'd have it all screwed up.
Nope.
No. Well, make out a thing then.
Oh, yes, I will.
He misses a payment, I get it back.
Yeah.
No. Because I ain't.
As is, I'm going to put on it, too.
Oh, yeah.
If something might happen to it, and then he'll win. Maybe sold him junk or something.
Well, he wants it.
Mm-hmm. Earl said there's nothing wrong with that snowmobile.
No. Well, I know there ain't.
I know it's got guts, doesn't it?
Yeah. Once the carburetor's done, they have more guts.
Oh, God, it doesn't need any more guts.
No. The one carburetor screwed up. It floods it out.
I think when them kids come around here, I got to put a steel pole up there around that corner here.
Mm.
They'll be right in my tree one of these times.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby took the stop sign down already.
No.
He said he had his choice to hit the plow, the snow plow, or the stop sign.
Yeah.
That's going too fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Too fast for collections.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have a ticket.
I said, at least you could pick up that stop sign, but he don't do that either.
That's so funny. That call was from Tammy from the WMP Justice Review. And so she's the one doing the, Marnie Yang case. And I'm a moderator of the WMP CI group, which is Marnie's case. And I had posted the link about Logan Correctional in there. So I assumed that she was calling for. But no, she didn't even know about it. She's calling to update me on what's going on with Marnie's case. So when I'm done with this day of calls, I'll end it so I can give her a call before I go to dinner. And she's now going to read the Logan Correctional article. Let me try and scroll back and see what I missed while I was on the phone.
Hey?
Go on.
Oh,
I was thinking of drink too.
I drink what?
Porridge.
Oh my God, the penis toy, Petra. So it's an elephant
Just from last night.
that I bought. I can't even remember what store it was, but it's like clearly the shape of
Frozen in our freezer, too.
Yeah.
Franks and beans, you know.
Keep on eating.
So I had to buy it. It's kind of funny.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, how did the party go last night?
Which one?
Lulu, I like that too. How am I supposed to know?
He's a little hangover, he said. But he's waiting to police farm.
Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know.
Yeah.
I admire you, Julie, though, for being able to talk about your situation.
Just put it for sale.
You know, that is tough to go through. I have a cousin who, my aunt, and actually he molested me when I was a child. His mom catered to him for years. I mean, so bad. I don't talk to his mother anymore, actually, but she's somebody who blamed me in the molestation, saying that I wanted it. I was like 10 or 11. I don't recall how old I was. So 10 or 11-year-old doesn't want it. But he got himself into a whole lot of trouble, was in and out of prison forever. And she had cut off all contact with him. And we learned that he had died in a drug house. And his body was there for a long time before it was found. And then his body was in a morgue as a John Doe because he lived under an alias, so it was hard for them to find next of kin.
That's where we put it. On one side of the couch.
Well, that's awesome, Becky. Thank you for tweeting everybody on this story. Kathleen doesn't have anybody in Logan. Kent Pellegrini is in Taylorville, which is down that way. And Kent used to be in Lincoln. Lincoln and Logan Correctional are right next to each other. The town name is Lincoln and the county is Logan. So that's why you get a Lincoln and a Logan. And the women had been, I guess they had women and men both in the Lincoln.
Oh, I know it's always dirty.
And then they moved the women to this Logan Correctional. And they had also been in another town, Dwight. But then they took everybody out of Dwight and put them there. No, yes. Oh, yeah, you're right. Melissa is Kathleen's client. Why am I'm thinking of Marnie, that Marnie's not Melissa's client. Yes, you're right, Joyce. Thank you for correcting me. Melissa is absolutely Kathleen's client. I'm such an idiot.
I don't know how long. What? Before you cook them?
Yeah.
It lasts a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
How long are noodles by me, too?
No.
Yeah.
No, them will last.
I don't know. Everything will last for 2 weeks anyway.
And I think that article's too long that I can't email it to Melissa and Marnie. Because your email has limited words too. So I don't know if I could email that to them. I guess I could try.
That wasn't even that old.
I don't know. It was moldy, though. Had mold on it.
Yeah, it seems like
Oh, wow, Julie.
It gets moldy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you can use it all the time. Like, put it that out. I think a couple of things that were in the refrigerator.
No.
Hey, I put a lot of stuff out by me, too. That hamburger that day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Becky, because, yeah, I don't do Twitter, but I know that's like the best place to try and get attention from people.
I didn't think of that stuff. I threw it right in the stove. bunch of stuff I had in there. Summer sausage I had down in that tray that was all umpy, all hard. There were a couple things down in that tray. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Unless I put it in the paper.
Put what in the paper?
Or some of them.
I'll see. By the time I get that thing, I'll see how much
Huh?
how much money you got saved up. Otherwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing about $1,500 on that thing.
Yeah.
No. And he'll stick $100 in it.
Mm-hmm. What are you hitting for that? $2,000 only?
Yeah. Well, that's what TE would have gave me.
No. Yeah, but then they would have sold it for $3,000.
Yeah. You'd have made $1,000.
Yeah.
And probably put about $25 in it.
Yeah.
For a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Yeah.
So what do you have for dinner? Fit?
I told you what I have. Meatballs.
Oh, meatball sandwich.
Well, I have copied and pasted this into an email from Marnie,
So nobody called?
and it says I have 722 characters remaining.
Somebody got me out of bed.
I don't even know if they would approve this to send to them. Sending, please wait. Oh, message. Maximum, it didn't let me send it. It says
She had school tomorrow.
max length has been exceeded. So, all right, I won't try and send it to them. They'll have to get it in a phone call. Can read it to them.
Because that's the second.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's time to go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, school. No. Yes. She thought she was going to be home yet until Tuesday. She said, I'm going to spend the night.
Yeah.
But she found out she had to go to school.
Yeah.
Did you call Jody? Not Jody.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Did you call, what's her name?
No. She got a block on her phone.
Oh, when are you supposed to call her? Oh, she's coming up by you
She's
tonight.
coming up tonight anyway. I think I'm going to end that pretty soon.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Ooh, he's going to end it with her pretty soon, he says, huh?
Yeah. Well, did you check that blue book?
No.
Mm.
I laid down
Oh.
after I talked to you. So Kayla woke me up. Kayla, don't do that.
That bitch say anything?
Huh?
That bitch say anything over there?
No.
She's going to be grounded from everything. It don't make a difference what Earl says.
Kayla!
What is she doing?
Keeps on getting in trouble.
Mm.
This call is from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
See, I just love that. Don't you? When she's Kayla, it's because she likes it. Kayla's being goofy and she's got, she's young and vibrant and, she brings energy to Dolores. I like it.
So what would happen if she wasn't in jail? Maybe not what happened, huh?
I don't know. Maybe that's why they did it.
Well, Cindy, I don't follow anybody. I guess it's that I'm a leader, not a follower. So, I'm getting these calls from foul play, but I don't go in their group or anything like that, especially since I know they have many bad people in that group. So I don't have any interest in going in groups that are going to have all these stupid drama people in them. But it's all up to you where you want to go. Julie, now what's for supper? Well, I'm going to my parents' house for dinner, and my mom's making dinner. My son's meeting me there too.
If they can't find nothing, they couldn't do that.
No.
They'd have to take that one off.
Yeah.
Then we'd have to take it all off one day.
Yeah.
Marta, I don't know why they're getting these calls.
No.
And I just think
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
I think it's a double-edged sword on these calls, because these calls to me
Before he was coming here.
prove even more so his innocence. He never says
He
anything
broke his probation.
remotely that he's guilty.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're only in January now, but still, there's nothing that says he's guilty.
They found out it was him.
But it's showing that he's a massive asshole,
Yeah.
as well as most of his family. Dolores is the only one who's not an asshole.
Call him tomorrow. That's a
So
special-
I hope it doesn't make people turn against Steven's innocence, because him being an asshole has nothing to do with what happened to Teresa Halbach.
The courthouse is open?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the courthouse got to do with it? Mail.
And absolutely, Julie. And that's another reason we started that MAM Gossipers group on Facebook. Feel free to talk about anything you would like in there, because I know we're only live here for a short time. So, so you're welcome to say all you need to over in MAM Gossipers.
Well, most time it's the third, though.
No.
No, I can try. Well, then you can try with that book, too, then. Look, see what's all in there.
Yeah.
Anything?
I know which book you're talking about, what I got from Chucky.
Yeah.
It dawned on me after I was sitting there thinking about it.
Yeah.
I remember the book that I got from him.
Yeah. Look in there and look in the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I want you to call that other one
What's
who
that?
said he likes me,
Yeah.
and ask him who can really help us. Ask him if he's seen that on TV when I went to court.
Mm.
And tell him to check that out. Tell him that none of it don't make no sense. Yeah. Tell him that they're setting me up.
Yeah.
I need some help.
Yeah.
And see what he can do for me, tell him.
I got to check for that lawyer too. There's a lawyer that we could have got.
Yeah, and I should say this is like my therapy too. I'm a blabbermouth, you know, so I tell you all tons of stuff on here that has nothing to do with this case. You know,
It's gonna cost
so
$300,000.
it's good to chat about things, and since we don't know each other in real life, it's like, you know, it's not going to affect your real life, right?
But she had talked to him, I think, and asked him questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, you got to find it though. It's got to be in one of the boxes.
Yeah.
I only got 3 or 4 boxes with stuff in for
So
you.
why don't you find it
I will.
and see them?
I will. Well, I can't do that until Dad gets home. That's Tuesday. I don't understand all that, Stephen, so I can't do shit.
I don't know that, Petra. Tell me who I am.
When would they ask him?
You can ask them about me.
Oh my God, Petra. Yeah, I had a doctor when trying to figure out when I had the panic disorder, trying to get that figured out. And he told me just don't go to crowded public places.
From that guy.
You know?
Needless to say, I went for another opinion.
Well, he's got 10 put away, I think. He said by the end of the year he got 10 grand put away.
What's that going to do, though?
Well, that'd be a down payment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose there's nothing else.
Yeah, don't worry, call me back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
My friend just got to Vegas, so she's messaging me that they've landed. Next call, 3:55, 7:49 p.m. So Debbie's had to have visited.
That's me.
This call's only 11:48, 11 minutes and 48 seconds.
Three-way or a call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
You're a busy woman, ain't you?
Yeah. Why? You did. I got the phone, but it was. You must have called before.
You know? I called quite a few times.
Well, I said I was going to take Kayla home.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said at 7 o'clock.
Well, I took her home before that.
Jeff and I went to Vegas a little over a year ago. It was actually the first time I've ever been on a plane.
Father, I went to Barbara just now. I wanted to
So
know who was-
I enjoyed it. I would go back,
Oh, yeah?
but I don't gamble. I just did like the slot machine.
Oh,
That's what Dad said. Jim's got it.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
And what was in there?
Well, I don't know.
But didn't Dad tell you?
Dad didn't see it yet.
Oh.
Jim's got it up by his house.
Oh.
He's got to go for breakfast tomorrow morning after. So.
The buffets, holy schmoly. That's the place, you want to eat. Go to the buffets. They're expensive,
If he got you
but
guilty in there,
there's
if you're
not
not-
anything you can think of they don't have.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
Yeah.
Hey, call Rolly
Why?
and ask him if he's got a secret compartment in that nightstand. Because that's what they say. There was a secret compartment, or there might be a secret compartment that it was hidden.
There is not.
Well, I don't think so either. I never heard of it.
No.
See, that's another thing. We've talked about it before, but in case you've never heard, the trailer Stephen lived in belonged to Rolly Johnson, and everything in it, almost everything in it, belonged to Rolly Johnson. So that nightstand that they say the magic key fell out of belonged to Rolly.
Wasn't yours.
No. No. And the lawyer said, don't even worry about that.
What lawyer?
The one that
I'm with you, Julie. I'm so pissed at the Wisconsin Innocence Project. Just whoop. Stephen's a non-entity now. You don't even look into the evidence. And if Stephen had done this in another, or not done this, suspected of this in another county, another state, that would be one thing. But it's the same exact people that framed him previously. So why would you instantly go to guilty? Why wouldn't you want to look into it further?
Because of me.
What? She went to Calumet?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I told the lawyer something.
You told the lawyer something.
Yeah.
She went with my information.
Yeah. And the lawyer called me.
Oh, yeah?
No. No.
Because Jim said that she's not supposed to do that, to go to the cops.
Well, no, not even with the lawyer. They're supposed to do that.
She's supposed to be on your side
Yeah.
to investigate, not on their side.
Oh, yeah, that's feeding information to them.
That's right. Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I never called her after that either with anything.
No. Well, who gets that paper?
Jim must have stopped on his way up or something.
I didn't ask you that.
I don't know.
Hey, Miss Scott got it?
Not from the other day.
Oh.
We would have it just for today. But this must have been the other day.
Well, Elizabeth, I don't think you missed anything important. We did hear Stephen say that he's going to dump Debbie, but we know he doesn't do that anytime soon, but it's something he said to his mom.
But She said around 8:30 she should be here.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh. Are you up that late?
Well, I'll stamp this for that paper.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. It says that they ain't got no evidence.
But that, compared to Dad, yeah. I don't know. That's what Jim must have said something about it.
And Elizabeth, I read an article in this one that I came across while we were live on how horrible Elizabeth and Elizabeth, you're Elizabeth, Marnie and Melissa's prison is.
Well, Yvonne must say
I've got the link posted now in Justice with Jax and MAM Gossip.
She don't get the Green Bay one. She gets the Herald Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, she saved everything from them papers.
Yeah. Well, Herald Times don't put everything in either.
I suppose not. There's a crooked. I think there's the other one.
Yeah. Herald Times don't give a fuck. Like Brian said, they care. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Or they don't investigate it, do they?
No.
You don't see a reporter go out there and talk about it.
No. No.
No. All they give a fuck is about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know. Earl's gonna work.
This call is from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
Yeah. I think they're going to go at 7 o'clock, I think, and go and get some wood.
Where?
I do, Karen. I take a lazy time for myself,
No, not today.
where I lay around and watch TV and do nothing. So I do a lot of that.
They first went to bed at 3 o'clock.
Why can't Olive burn it over?
What did it say about
I
Brendan?
know that answer.
You know, you could tell them,
Maybe they're bigger hunks, I suppose.
you know, you could tell them to hook up that TV.
Oh, okay.
There's gonna be that
Um,
other jobs to do.
But doing things for others, I guess,
Be on the way, won't it?
is what I do for myself,
Back there.
you know. But I also say, if we're going to get real and I'm laying on the couch, and Mallory just brought me a possum.
That's how I get out.
I do this stuff to avoid fixing my real life. So my personal problems just get bigger, and I don't have time to deal with my personal stuff
She wants to pitch me out.
because I'm always doing this other stuff.
Maybe I'll write her one tonight. I said, you want a bitch all the time? I won't write you none then.
Where were you told you were stupid, Heather? It wasn't in my group. Oh, it was in Gossip you were told you were stupid?
Oh, with no Christmas card.
Oh, was it?
No. Oh, I love you card.
When those things happen in Gossip, click to report it to a moderator and we'll get rid of it, because that's a rule I have. People have every right, they can disagree with you, but they can't attack you for it. I don't like that. And I don't want people calling names of other posters. No, not happening.
Keep her happy, so I send it to her.
So,
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of the stuff that gets posted in Gossip, the comments and everything. So I'm doing other stuff, but flag it, and I'll get notified and I'll remove it because that's bullshit.
All that money?
On a $4,000. Oh, almost $4,000.
What the hell did she do with it?
I know, that's another woman that just spends money.
She likes money, huh?
Looks like it. I don't want her.
She seems nice, but
Yeah.
no. She talks real nice.
Yeah. And I think she got a lot
Heather,
of things
that's
behind
still
that
not
door.
cool.
A lot of secrets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God.
This is her daughter's number. That might be her second phone in the house.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me go into Gossip.
I don't know. She said her daughters
Yeah.
or her sisters.
Oh,
One of them.
and I see you just reported it.
Yeah.
So I'll go into that.
How's your daughter going to afford all of that?
Well, that's what I know. She'd have to pay for it.
Yeah. She's going to try to go look for a job.
Oh, yeah?
You know. She took his truck tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he left the keys in it, so she took it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she said it was a full tank of gas.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah, they no more. You figure 50 minutes here, 50 minutes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
What kind of truck is it?
Dodge.
Dodge what?
Dodge pickup truck.
Oh, I know. What year?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Must be a newer one.
What the hell did he go with then?
He stayed home.
Well, then he must have known she took it.
No, he was in the house.
Well, he doesn't know it's missing?
But only if he goes outside.
Well, okay then. What if he wants to go somewhere?
Uh-huh. I guess he's screwed.
Yeah, but then he'll know she had it.
Oh, yeah. Because her brother was there. His brother was there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So they were in the house.
Oh.
Oh. Will you be up at 8:30?
Oh, yeah.
That's when Barbara's going to be there?
8:30, 9:15. Somewhere in there. Because she's at Walmart right now.
Oh.
No, she gets the money to go to Walmart all the time. She went yesterday, too.
Yeah.
She spent, I don't know how much money.
Yeah.
Well, she went again tonight.
Unless I call you back at a little after 8:30.
Why don't you wait until 9 o'clock?
Is he going to be up that late?
I'll stay up that late. Because she might not be right here at 8:30, 9 either.
Well, I'll call in between that. If she ain't there, then don't accept it. I'll call back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Okay, I just posted a response to the dude.
Hello?
This is a public
And now we are on
communication
call
services.
356
Collect
at
call
8:02 p.m. It lasts 15
from
minutes
an
and
inmate at
8
the Calumet
seconds.
County Jail. The use of three-way or call waiting will disconnect the call. This call will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
Oh, you home?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
My mileage, it's only 45 miles one way.
So he was just talking shit about Debbie, and here he is calling her.
45 miles.
Let's see if is he going to be a tough guy with her at all, or is he just totally blowing more smoke up her ass?
It is now.
Oh.
So we're probably going to freeze after it turns cold.
Yeah, well, snow too.
Yeah, but right now it's just straight rain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had to use my windshield wipers on the way home.
Mm.
Well, not mine, Wilmer's.
So, and this call is 15 minutes, and then the last call is 11 minutes, and then that will be the end of this day and the end of our lives for today. So I can call Tammy back, and then I have to leave anyway for dinner at my folks.
Yep.
It's almost, you might say almost 2 hours on the road.
Yeah. Well, then I wonder how far it is.
No worries, Heather. Whenever anything like that happens, you can notify me or the moderators, and we'll be the bad guy. So you don't have to argue with the person. I'll come in and be the bad guy, and if they don't like it, I'll remove them. I don't care.
70 and 80.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 70, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I never
Yeah.
know.
I just got done talking to Mom.
Yeah.
I got to call her back.
Mm. Okay. What's she doing?
Dad just called her, and
Mm-hmm.
Jim, his buddy up there,
Mm-hmm.
got the paper, the Green Bay Press Gazette or something.
Mm-hmm.
There was something in there about me.
Mm.
That they got no evidence or nothing.
Mm-hmm. Who don't have evidence?
The state.
Mm-hmm.
So if they ain't got no evidence, what
Mhm.
the fuck am I doing here?
I don't know. That's a good question. So
Mhm.
maybe something's going to come up then that we don't know about yet.
I don't know.
I hope so. I hope so. Either that or it's a misprint.
They don't misprint that much like that.
Yeah, I hope they're right. So that way you can get out.
And Barbara's gonna get the paper from somebody and give it to Ma.
Mm-hmm. Which paper is it in?
Green Bay.
Mm.
Press Gazette.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Well, then you should, like you said, then what are you doing in there?
Well, yeah.
And so maybe something's going to happen this week. Then maybe you'll be getting out or something.
That won't be.
Yeah, that's kind of a major problem, Joyce.
Unless something's major.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I hope it is.
But I still won't be getting out because I still got the gun in my house.
Oh, you've been in there long enough for that. If they wanted to do something with that.
Yeah, they can put time served on that.
That's what I mean.
Because that ain't nothing anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I think by the federal standards that I could have them in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you can't go with the state, go with the federal.
Yeah.
And when I call my lawyer Wednesday, I'm going to tell him to check him on that.
Mm-hmm. You mean Craig Johnson?
No, Steve Glenn.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope maybe then something's coming up like that.
Yeah.
Well, if it comes up where you get out unexpectedly, let me know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hi, Maz. This one, we're a little over an hour. And we did the day before too, which was
We doing houses.
We got Law and Order on.
a little over an hour.
Well, my daughter
And I think
does.
we did the one before that.
I'm gonna be
It
here
was
much longer than I get home.
2 hours.
But I was here waiting for you to call.
Yeah,
So,
because we're at 4:30 now, and I went live at 1.
where did you go with my?
So 3.5 hours, right? Don't make me do math.
Me.
Mm-hmm. I'll say, I used it to chase Steve. Oh, man. You can use my gas, Steve.
Oh, man.
No, I wouldn't tell him that. Well, I might. I don't know. It depends on the situation. I'm pretty upfront with him.
No, he ain't with you.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't. So, whatever. So,
Well, and we only have
from the paper.
like 15, 20 minutes left, and then we'll be done for the day,
Well,
Mass.
who was saying that they don't have no evidence on you, the state?
It must be the state.
Yeah.
They must be asking the newspaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, then I see it.
But I don't think I have anything tomorrow. So, and Jeff will work tomorrow night. So I may do a big long marathon tomorrow.
Comes out.
I won't even give a shit about that New York woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then I wouldn't be on there.
Okay.
Once they throw it out, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope something comes of that then. I got a feeling that there's going to be some major things going on this month.
Well, if they throw it out, I won't talk nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some money and I'll go away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. So, I suppose your mom's happy now.
Well, she wants she's staying up for that paper.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, 8:30 she'd be in bed.
Why, who's bringing her? Your sister?
Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Yeah, she brings
Call from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
Yeah, she had to stop by somebody's house. She was at Walmart
Mm-hmm.
in Manitowoc.
Mm-hmm. Just so she does bring her.
Yeah.
That one time she was supposed to come over and she didn't.
Yeah. Well, she said she'll drop it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Very true, Marilyn. That, yeah, he just visited her, or she just visited him.
Was it like on the front page or one of the stories?
I don't know. I don't know nothing yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I don't think of Debbie as being. Well, she said she wears a size 14. Isn't size 14, isn't like a 12, 14 like the average size of an American woman?
Do you like peanut brittle?
That's not big.
Peanut brittle? You don't know what peanut brittle is?
So what do you mean, oh man?
Did I just hear her sister in the background saying, "Oh man"?
I heard that.
He heard you guys. He's got good ears. You don't know what peanut brittle is?
I don't think so.
It's that real hard stuff that you get at Christmas time a lot with peanuts in it, and I don't know how to describe it.
It's like a caramel in that?
Yeah, or something. And it's really
Yeah, I believe she said she wears a 14 or 16, depending on who makes it. So
Oh,
that's not big. Yeah, it's not a supermodel thin,
oh, you
but
can
who
get it around
cares?
Christmas time, but sometimes you can get it in the store. Yeah, you're so.
Velveeta.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have good teeth.
Yes, Carol, it's Velveeta.
You have good teeth to crunch it.
Yeah.
So you have a sexy smile.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching you smile.
Mm-hmm.
So no, nothing's coming out. So
No, not yet. I ain't jacking off yet.
oh, you? I'm talking about you.
Yeah, Maz, that's sometimes you get notifications and sometimes you don't. Because I get the notifications too telling me the page is live, and I don't think I did today.
She was pushing stuff up, the baby's toys out from under the couch.
Oh.
They're pushed under the couch.
Oh.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so okay. Well, I hope everything turns out then.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everything's open tomorrow.
I know. Alvita says she doesn't think nothing's open tomorrow, but I don't know.
Well, if they got school,
Mm-hmm.
there might be a lot of stuff open.
Yeah. He said if there's school, there might be a lot of stuff open.
I don't know.
He don't know. Yeah, she doesn't figure the federal stuff is open, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I'll see.
Why wouldn't the stuff be open on the 2nd?
The next day.
Well, if there ain't no mail, the courthouse might still be open. That's the state, though.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got me?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Julie.
Yeah.
You sexy man. You look good tonight.
Yeah, you do so.
But you never like to put on different clothes. Do you have a thing with those clothes? Are they your favorite ones?
Yeah.
You always wear the same clothes.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, I know.
I know. Yeah.
So, don't some of them have orange coveralls?
Different counties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because my daughter said, I thought they had wore orange clothes. And I said, that's someone else.
Yeah, I think Green Bay's got that. Manitowoc's got
Did you ever
that.
wear those coveralls?
Yes.
Are they hot?
No.
They look hot. They're like heavy or hot. I don't know.
No,
They
they-
should make it hot.
No, they're real light.
They're real light. Oh.
Yeah. The only thing gets hot is between my legs.
Oh, I'll come take care of that.
I am so sad for as I'm looking at my feed now and not listening to Sexy Time for Australia and the fires there.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Just
I don't know when I'll talk to you.
horrible.
Monday or Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah. When I get my phone black off, I'll let your mom know, and then she can let you know.
Yeah.
Because she,
Oh yeah, Julie, this is cheating
yeah.
unless he had told Jody that I'm manipulating this girl so she does these things for me. It's still a shitty thing to do. But oh yeah, if I was Jody, I would totally break up with him for this.
Oh, she said she's going to go listen to some of her journey music,
Oh.
and then she'll bawl.
Oh. I thought I heard the word ball or something.
Yeah, so I thought that's what she said to at first.
Mm.
Oh, I'll play with yours.
You know, play with my dolls.
Yeah, I'll play with them. Oh man, now you're getting me hot.
Yeah.
So I'll be glad when you get out.
Yeah, me too.
And so she talks like this in front of her sister, but then her sister asked for a threesome and she's like, no, ew, that's gross. It's like, well, why?
She's looking for Scotty's ball.
Yeah.
His toy one. So it's in his toy box. So it's kind.
Okay, that's gross that you're talking about Steven's balls and then you correlate that to your grandson looking for a toy ball.
Oh, you're picking it up from off here.
Okay.
Oh, we're teaching you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So, yeah. So, you know my daughter did.
What?
She's so stupid.
What?
I'm so sorry, Marilyn. I mean, this has been going on for how long? The fire's there. I mean, and we constantly hear about animals. How are the people?
Girl, she didn't want to get out on the bathroom to puke.
No.
She goes, can I puke? And then she said, I want to get off. So he let her.
Get up and change them.
And then you had to get up in the middle of the night and change them. Who changed them?
Yeah, seeing all the koalas. That's what is mostly in my feed is koalas.
And he brought her a spare blanket in case she pooped again.
Geez, started about August.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh man.
Don't worry, I won't ever do that.
Call from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
I'll get up and go in the toilet and puke like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Well, when I get the phone block off, it might not be tomorrow. It depends on if the place is open or not.
Yeah.
Then I'll let your mom know when it's off, so then she can tell you.
Yeah.
That's the only way I know of how to tell you. But if you get out, let your mom know so she can tell me.
Yeah.
Or you just come putting over.
Yeah.
You don't know how to get to my house.
I can find it.
You think so?
Why can't I?
Yeah, I know there was just a fire. Where was that? For New Year's Eve, people did those lanterns. We're going to light these lanterns with our wishes or whatever. And it landed in a zoo and killed a whole bunch of animals.
I would just love that. I think I was hallucinating. Oh, man, that would be wonderful.
No.
So, okay, you can do that. I give you permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll let your mom know whenever,
Yeah.
with that, because I don't know how I get hold of you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, then I suppose. It's been about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and hopefully this week some good things will go on for you.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I know. So I'm glad I got to
Well,
see you today.
if any of my Australian friends need to flee and they come to the States, I got a place for you to stay.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk to you later, then.
Yeah, then. Have a good night then.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah, very true, Katie or Carrie. Sorry, I keep doing that. I know you don't care, but I want to call you by the correct name. It's so sad to see these poor animals.
Hello?
I agree, Julie. No balloons either. Just how much it hurts the animals. Oh, only if you got the paper, he says. On this call number 357 at 8:35 p.m. The call only lasts 10 minutes and 42 seconds and is the last call.
Why you accept it?
Because I got the other paper. I'll read it to you.
What other paper?
The Herald Times. There's something in this one, too, but I don't know. It might not be the same as what's in that one. She couldn't get it because that woman...
Oh, look at that. I've never seen that before. We currently have 26 people on and 26 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody.
Avery's arrested. On November 15th, Stephen Avery, a man who made headlines in 2003 for being released from prison after DNA proved he didn't commit a crime in 85, was charged in Manitowoc County Circuit Court.
See you, be happy. Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow. Not sure on time yet.
A 25-year-old photographer. What does that sound like?
That don't sound like nothing yet.
It says was charged in Manitowoc County Circuit Court with first-degree intentional homicide.
Yeah.
No, that don't sound like nothing?
No.
Okay. Teresa M. Hobart of St. John's was reported missing by her mother, Karen, on November 3rd. But then now that took from what? That's 4 days, right?
No.
Volunteers searched
Oh my God, Marilyn.
Hobart, Toyota.
That is so
RE, whatever,
insensitive
that
and
14
ignorant.
vehicle practically
Wow.
at Avery's Auto Salvage just west of Michigan. The Surkrens or Sunkrens?
I used to run a summer festival that was 5 days around the 4th of July, and we did a fireworks show, which I will say it was one of the best fireworks shows. And if it's too hot And, if we've been in a drought, then they won't allow us to do the fireworks. And so one year, what we literally did is the week leading up to it, we had a water truck water everything down to make sure nothing could catch. And that's the only way we're allowed to still do the fireworks. And hello, Miley.
Mission area matched Avery's, according to authorities. Avery has denied his involvement, saying he is being targeted because of his $36 million lawsuit against Manitowoc County of officials for the wrongful conviction that sent him to prison for 18 years. A January 17th arraignment has been set. Avery faces life in prison if convicted for the homicide. That's maybe what the other one says, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
What do they put shit like that in there though for?
Does anybody else kind of, when Dolores swears, it's like, oh, Dolores said a naughty word.
Story my ass.
Mm-hmm. Here, I thought you had something.
Well, that is something.
I would love to see fireworks over water and see it reflect. I've never been, Chicago does it with Lake Michigan, and I've never been there for it because it's going to be way overcrowded. And you can actually see the fireworks that my town does from my house, so I don't need to go to any crowds to see it. But it's got to be gorgeous over water.
So you should have that paper time I call you at noon then.
At when?
At noon.
Where am I going to get it from?
Bob can get it from her?
That woman works. She goes to work early in the morning. She's in bed already tonight.
Oh. What? Ain't more than one living there?
No, that she's Irish. She's divorced.
Oh. Well, somebody must have that paper.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell
I
you.
don't know.
If Dad knew how to read, he could read it to me tomorrow, but he...
Oh, Kim's up there. He ain't that good of a reader either.
Oh, Jim can read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I tried to call Dad, but he didn't answer. I think I had his right number.
Well, you could have called Jim. But he'd be in bed by now, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because they were up early this morning. Oh.
You know, I'll call that guy.
What guy?
In Madison.
Oh.
Yeah. And see what he can do.
No.
Yeah, tell him about, some state troopers too didn't find nothing. Then they found something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but how do you know about these state troopers?
People are talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me you got an investigator on it, but he didn't get that far yet.
There was that guy supposed to come today and check out with my car. I don't know. Check it out and call him. Dad said he'll check it out. See if it's bugged.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll change oil and everything and get it in the garage and change oil.
Now, see, they should have did that a long time ago.
I know. No, I know that. Long time ago. Because I got lots of miles on it. Like about 14,000 miles on that oil, I think.
Who cares?
I do.
This call is from the Calumet County Jail. This call may be monitored or recorded.
Haley even knows about that wheel.
Oh, yeah?
Grandma, what's the matter with that car?
No.
Your dad even heard the noise in it.
Yeah, call him and look through that book and see what you can find. Then call somebody in Madison or whatever. I mean, in Washington, D.C. Yeah, you can use my phone.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I always use it in the first place.
Yeah. Well, in long distance, you can.
I even took it with me tonight. Last night when I went, I didn't take no phone with me. I thought I better take a phone.
Yes.
If I got stalled on the road.
Yeah. Always take a phone with you. Yeah, I suppose there's nothing else I'll tell you tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you talk to Barbara, ask her how much.
He says it so much. Well, I suppose, and it's 7 minutes into an almost 11-minute call. So,
Well,
I don't know.
find out, then you can make out that paper.
Well, I ain't gonna until I got the card.
Chris Hansen is still around. Didn't he get busted for something?
We could always get.
Oh, she's gonna have to write
Or am I thinking of the wrong person?
She knows how to spell better than me. I'll just tell her what's what.
Yeah.
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 So, wait, what does it say about this one? Wait.
What?
Thing on.
Money costs money.
I don't even care.
So where am I going to get it from?
I do care, but I mean, I don't know. You get out of your butt. That's them in your butt.
Oh, okay. I just thought he got in trouble for something, and then that's what ended the
Here, this
regular
one.
TV show, right?
Tax woman with hatchet.
I don't know.
A woman returned home from a friend's house to find whatever his name is. He's 42 in the house and writing a note to her, according to the criminal complaint.
Yeah.
Marquez has been ordered not to have contact with the woman because of a previous
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
The two argued, and Martinez pushed the woman to the floor, grabbed the hatchet, and struck her in the back of the head. The complaint says the woman's two teenage children interfered along with the family dog and distracted Marquez while the victim ran to a nearby business and called police, the complaint said. Martinez was arrested November 7th on property south of Manitowoc, south of the city. He was charged in Manitowoc County Circuit Court with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, second-degree reckless play, endangering safety, 2 counts of physical abuse of a child, mistreating animals, and bail jumping. He faces more than 83 years in prison and $40,000 in fines if convicted. Mm-hmm.
Where you get that paper from?
This is the Herald Times.
Oh.
This is the one I got today here.
Oh, that'll be running out pretty soon.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll tell you.
I ain't paying no more.
No. I know they called me always to take I said, no, I don't want any. And one time I told them, you don't put nothing in the paper, so why should I even take the paper? You
Yeah.
ask to put it in, they don't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I suppose then.
yeah, okay, otherwise I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then.
Good night.
Yeah, you good night then.
Yeah,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was the end of January 1st, 2006. And that's the end of our live today. I will go live tomorrow. I don't know, people keep telling me possibly something Friday. I don't know. And then also I'll be lazy in the morning and stuff, so I won't want to go live right away. So I'll go live at some point tomorrow. I'll decide in the morning how things are going, and I'll get it posted on Facebook when I've decided on a time of when I'll go live. And Jeff should be working both his day job and his night job. So, maybe we'll have a big marathon there and get same thing, get through a bunch more of these calls. So tomorrow when we start, it would be January 2nd, which has 8 calls, which is about an hour and a half long. So yeah, suppose they do have something else, too much something else, but our time is out for today. I have to call Tammy back, and I should be leaving in the next half hour to go to my mom's house for dinner. Yay! She made one of Jeff's favorite things that Jeff always wants that she makes, and then she's making one of my favorite things. And my son's going to meet us there too. So I'll see my son tonight as well. So yay! All right. So investigation continues tomorrow. We're done for tonight. Oh man.